Okay, so we're now at the final part of the profile image upload, and we're going to be creating this change profile image function, and we're doing that in users.php. So we need this function here, which we've already sort of mapped out, and we've sort of essentially run it, but we haven't created it. So let's go ahead and just create this at the top of the file. So it's function this, and obviously our block as well. So we are passing in the user's ID and the file temp. So I'm just going to change this to user ID. We don't need it as that full, and file temp can remain as it is. So let's decide what we're doing in this function. The first thing we need to do is upload this file. The second thing we need to do is, once we've uploaded the file, we've generated the file name, we need to update the user's database table row with this updated path, or this new path, or depending if it's the first time they've uploaded. This is a lot simpler than it sounds. The first reason is that uploading a file is not complicated at all. We just need to be really careful about how we're uploading, where we're uploading to. So we need to generate a file name. So I'm going to say file name is equal to, and this is going to be the current time, and I'm going to MD5 this. I'm also going to substring it like that. So what we've done here is we've taken the current time, we've created an MD5 hash from it, and we've changed it to 10 character, we've changed it to 11. No, sorry, ignore me, we've changed it to 10. So we started at position 0 and length of 10. So we now have a 10 character figure. Let's just go ahead and echo file name. So now when we upload, we'll get this back. So if we choose this and click submit, we've got this back here. Okay, and I'll choose it again, and no, it's the same one. Well, I can do it again and it will be different. There, see? So that will change every time. The other thing we need to take into account of is the file extension, which I completely forgot about. So we need to pass in the file extension here, extn, and here we need to go ahead and pass in file extn, because the file that we're moving, we need to know what the file extension is. So we're passing the file extension as well. Okay, so this is going to be something dot in a string, and then file extn. So this now looks like this. So we've got this random thing here, and then .png, and that's it. I mean, this is file name, but really we could have this be called something like file path, and the path to this would be, let's just double check, images, profile, and then that's it. So images, profile, and that's it. So one last time, we choose the file, let's probably choose that, click sorry, we're not outputting file path. So we choose the file, we click on here, we click submit, and there we go. That's where the image is going to be located. So we can move this temporary file to that location. We can then store that in the database, and it's connected. That's what we need. We're done. So the first step is to move the uploaded file, and luckily we have an extremely useful function, move uploaded file, and this takes two parameters typically, which is a file temporary location and the location you want to upload to, which is file path. So that's done. We now need to update the database with this. So let's go ahead and just test this out first, because it's important that we actually we take this step by step and actually upload the file, then add this to the database. So I'm going to go ahead and click choose file. I'm going to click this, I'm going to click submit. Done. Nothing's happened, but if we go ahead and we check our images profile, we've now got this file here. Brilliant. So this is a PNG extension image. You can see there, item type PNG image, with this number here. Okay, so perfect. We can go ahead and just delete that quickly. We know that move uploaded file is working. It's moved it from the temporary location to our generated path, our generated file name. Now we need to insert to the database. That's relatively straightforward. We need to query the database, and we're going to say insert into users. Remember, users is the name of our table here. Now, what do we want to sorry, we don't even want to insert, so we'll go back and modify that in a minute, but I'll explain. We need to update where the ID is equal to 15, because that's who I'm currently logged in as, user ID of 15. If it was Dale or Ashley, it would be 16 or 17. But luckily, we're passing this in anyway, in change profile image, as we call this function, we're passing that in here. So we want to not insert into, we want to update users, we want to set profile equal to, so we're changing the value of profile. At the moment it's blank, remember, by default. So in here we want to change it to something. I'll just put X for now. We want to say where user ID is equal to something. So let's concatenate onto the end an integer cast user ID. So int is just going to cast this variable to an integer, so it helps prevent SQL injection. So here, let's go ahead and concatenate on. We'll use MySQL real escape string. And in here, we want to pass in the file path. In fact, we don't even really need to use MySQL real escape string. The reason being is this is generated as an MD5 hash, so it will never really come out as anything user defined, really. I suppose we've got the file extension on here, but that's being checked in the last step. It's really up to you. I mean, we can leave it on just for the sake of it, but obviously it will slow down the application somewhat, not a significant amount anyway. So we're updating the users table. We're setting the profile field equal to this. Now you've probably noticed I've not put single quotes around this. It's string data, so it's required. Where the user ID is equal to this integer, again, string quotes are not required. Okay, so let's go ahead and check this out. Now you'll be pleasantly surprised when we go ahead and upload a picture, because we've already got the functionality in here to display a profile picture if we have it uploaded. So let's go ahead and choose this beginner image file, click submit and hit enter, and there we go. So we've got a bit of work to do here on the CSS, and we also need to refresh the page for the user to be able to see their uploaded picture. But here we go, we've got this file uploaded, brilliant, it's working. If we go over to our database now and we click users to refresh, you can see that we've got the file location here as well. Perfect. So let's just go ahead and tidy this up for those of you that are uncomfortable doing this yourself. The first thing we want to do is go ahead and redirect the user after we have changed the profile image. So I'm going to say header location index.php, and then I'm going to exit. Now bear in mind that locating the user to index, if they're on another page of the site, they're always going to be located to index.php. I don't think, as far as I remember, we have a current file. Oh yeah, we do. Current file. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we can use that, I believe. So let's just go ahead and concatenate that on there. So location to current file. Let's just go ahead and test this out. In fact, let's modify the CSS as well while we're at it. So in the CSS screen, let's go all the way down to where we have this profile. So we're going to have a style rule in here for any images within profile. We're just going to say width 100%. And what this will do is it will reduce this to the width of the outer container. It should do at least. Let's just go ahead and check what we've got in here. Profile image. Let's go back to the browser. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I think it was cached or something like that. But there we go. We've got 100% image. So it doesn't affect the height. If this height is massively long, it will, stretch to accommodate, but then it will still keep its ratio. So we can go ahead and choose another file if we want. I'm not going to do so. But there we go. We've got the image stored in there. The image is being shown to the user, and we can go ahead and use that in the user's profile page as well, because we already have the ability to output information about a particular user. So we can go ahead and output their profile picture. So if you're visiting another user's profile, you can go ahead and view their profile image as well. So that's how we upload a profile image, how we protect against uploading or the user uploading images that we don't want, and how we display this out, refresh the page, upload the file, and add that to the database. So that's it for the profile image upload tutorial.